I have a vision which is clearly written down, and we are doing what we call Operation 12/12. Every month, one project is commissioned. Every month, we commission one project. The project for February is on the commission on Friday, but we didn't show you yet because it's still on.
So before you became a CMD, you prepared for the tax ahead?
I did. You can't jump into something if you are not prepared. Those who fail to plan have planned to fail. So we planned, and we are moving with the vision. We are not distracted, because when you get distracted, you lose sight of the goalpost. So we are not distracted at all. We are focused and we are moving on. UBTH will be great, trust me.
You on a guided tour of some projects that the CMD of UBTH has achieved in the shortest possible time, within 6 months, within 4 months or 6 months, thereabout. We want to see all the projects that she has achieved. She wants to take us around, and we ask you to join us. Let's go on the guided tour with the CMD. Let's go.
So what we did was that we cleared it up. There's a toilet here for others that have, these are our special care, intensive care, babies that were born early, precious babies, newborn babies, sick. So this was a road. So when it was, we got the restroom for them here, which they can use as a toilet facility. And then this is where the mothers sit, where their babies are independent. This was the road. So this was now renovated with better amenities for the mothers. We just need all the babies are in the but we can't go in because it's a clean area, it's a surgical area, so people are not allowed except they are authorized, and our babies are safe. Nobody can come in here without passing 2 lines of security. Which was not here before. Then we can go. And I think we should go to Labor Ward Theatre. Yeah. It's faster. Have issues. Once you have a baby, you come here to special care baby unit, and it's safe. So you can't pass this way. So nowadays we hear all kinds of things. So our security is too much. This is the Labor Ward. So we just put something on our shoes. Okay. So now this is one of our theaters. Yes. So now we have on UBTH 11 issues. 11. So now if you test this area, so we don't have to shrink. Because it's critical, but they need to have the results now. The laboratory has to be here. They cannot go far. So that's why we have laboratories in what we call critical areas. If they are doing a surgery now and they need to do a test, the surgeon will draw the blood. He needs to run. He cannot go to the lab there because it will be closest to where he is. Theaters here, 2 are for baby issues, 2 are for women issues. Now we have obstetrics and gynecology. The gynecological issues are like cancers and other issues apart from pregnancy. Now when I came in as CMD, all these theaters, nothing inside. So the operation had not been extended. So when we came in, if you look at it, we had 0. So we reached out to our honorable members. Only one responded, Honorable Esosa, and he provided this equipment, the lights, then the directly they kept something. The new things that I bought when I came, you say laparoscopic tower. This one was bought. This one is UBTH purchased this one under my tenure. This machine on its own is almost 120 million. But this will help with surgical interventions, women issues, and pinhole surgeries, so that you don't have to have those incisions. So we are looking at state-of-the-art equipment. This is an old theatre, but you can see that it's still functional. Okay, so we are improving the quality of equipment that we have in the hospital. So I think we can from here move so that we don't disrupt the operations for too long.
Why do you, ma'am? Thank you. What has changed in your department? What has changed?
So many things have changed. Now we now have a good we have a monitor, enough monitor to measure that's a patient parameters, monitor to take care of our patient, and we have a good operating light. We have a laparoscopy machine that will do our laparoscopy surgery, with other good things that we'll be enjoying so far.
Slice scan. This is state of the art in technology. The light cannot go off. As you can see the room, the ambience, so we have so many backups. That's maintenance cost.
Any sickness or disease, patient has accident or has other conditions, they brought inside the body, they will come in here and localize. And we have people outside. Through the clinics, when they see the doctor on recommendation, they come in here to assess the patient.
You never had the facility before?
No.
We had, but it was a lower standard, not this high end.
As I said, it's a 150 flight. We had a 4th flight and a 16th flight. That was the highest we had before. This 150 flight is 10 times more efficient than the biggest one we had. I only 3 that we had in there.
Was brought in
November last year.
In how many months' time did she resume that
November. That was
November.
That was 4 months.
4 months.
3 months actually.
3 months.
Did 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
It was donated by Japanese government.
Our patients have state-of-the-art care. This is the best. No hospital in the South has this machine. No hospital in the South. The highest they have is 64 slides. This is the best in imaging and in technology. You know the Japanese are very big on technology. So they've donated it and they are going to maintain it for us for 3 years. After which it's now up to us to continue with the maintenance. But as you can see that this room is very cool. So the cost to run this machine is a lot. But it's highly subsidized. And these are part of the achievements of our president, who has said that all Nigerians must have accessible and affordable health care. So they've given it to UBTH, federal government has given it to UBTH. It's left for us to maintain this machine, and we are utilizing it for the purpose for which it was given. Patient care, it's very affordable. If you were to go outside, you cannot, the price you pay is unrealistic. So this is highly subsidized and it's available. You can see we have patients that are waiting outside.
Do you have a count of how many patients it has taken so far, and how many can take a day?
Okay.
More than 200 patients since we had the first training on January 16th.
In January 169.
159 January.
Only
Right.
And remember, in that January there was industrial action.
Despite the strike.
Strike.
But patients should not die because of industrial action. It's very unfair to say you have something that is going to kill you and you have a machine that is available that we see, and you say because we are striking we cannot find out what the problem is, and at least stop it. So patients should not die because of strike. We shouldn't play politics with this thing. This machine is available, it has been turned on, it's meant to work, it's there for the poor, the rich, whoever you are, it's affordable. So we used it and we have saved lives through this intervention and preventive measure.
And so we can do more than 50 cases in a day. Yes.
What is the highest you have done in a day?
15. 15? Yes.
And you can do 50?
Yes. The machine is starting at this
This is the cancer center that was built by the federal government under our president, Senator Bola Tinubu, GCFR. It was commissioned under my predecessor, President University, in July 2025. 2005 because it has not been operational since then.
Right.
It has not been operational.
Why?
You know, they have to train the staff because these are state-of-the-art equipment. You can't just install and then just start using. So the training for staff has been ongoing, and there's the issue of getting specific licensing from various regulatory bodies. So we have been able to do that. It has not been an easy task. We have been shuttling between Abuja and Benin, and very thankfully we have been able to get the license. We got the license last week after we had to go to the ministry and liaise with
NNRA
and NSIA and all the and they released the license for us to practice. That's our treatment.
This is free, right?
No, it's going to go.
So,
He's the HOD.
yes, Dr. Kilema. We are waiting for the TLD badge, that's the symmetry. That simply means badge that the workers will wear to count radiation they have been exposed to. Because this center is not about safety for just the patient, but the workers too. So that's what we're waiting for. So in the next 2 weeks, that will be ready from NSI. So once that is ready, then the maintenance agreement with for the sustainability of the machine comes in place in less than 3 weeks. We are done. So it becomes fully operational then.
When fully operational, what?
March.
Okay, when fully operational,
March.
what can you achieve that you have not achieved before? What breakthrough do you can you expect?
Breakthrough. Actually, this center is to serve not just Benin, but the entire South. So we're treating all forms of cancer and some non-cancer cases like keloids. So that's the treatment we'll be offering. Not just Benin, just beyond Benin, the entire South. So that's what we're doing.
And what it does is there's only 3 centers in Nigeria. It's one
No, this one is 6.
6. No, it's 6, but it's not only 3.
They've got only 3.
Only 3. It's 6, but it's not only 3. Benin.
Okay. The federal government actually picked 6 centers, of which are 1 UPTH, Federal Medical Center Katsina, UNTH Enugu, ABUTH Zaria, then Just University Teaching Hospital, and Lagos University Teaching Hospital. So those are the 6 hospitals that were picked. So the first 3 that have been supplied this machine is SOSTOR, UPTH, FMC Katsina, and UNTH Enugu. So those ones are installed, and very soon in the next 3 weeks we will become operational.
Are we lucky around this?
We're very lucky.
So
Very,
go
very.
in
So
and look
let's
at
go.
look at this.
Okay, so feel free to comment. The radiation is not on. This is the radiotherapy machine. It's called a true linear accelerator. It's the best in Africa. There are even some institutions in the US don't have this, but the president has been able to give us this. This is the best. You can get anywhere. I can categorically tell you that this is the best. So we are lucky to have this in Benin. So it's called a true beam linear accelerator.
This cancer therapy, we want to appreciate our president, Senator Bola Tinubu this year, and the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, for giving us this opportunity to serve the people of the South. Now, the federal government through NICRAT has free cancer treatment for the poorest of the poor. It's available in UBTH. If you come to UBTH for your cancer care, your doctors will see you. There's a board that reviews to determine who actually needs it, and they put it forward. And once you are approved, funds are made available for cancer care for the poor. So Mr. President is concerned about the poor. He has donated this machine. So if you are indigent, you shouldn't die of cancer, because care is available through this infrastructure. So even though we are taking care of all categories of patients, the poor should not despair, they shouldn't give up hope. If you come to UBTH, care is available. If you are rich, you can still afford it because it's still cheaper than if you were to travel outside the country or otherwise. So
Someone will ask you, how do you determine the poor? How do you know the poor patient?
yes, we have a board.
Yes, we have a board. When they apply through, at first they see their physician, that's someone like me, then I enroll them on the scheme. Then they pass through the social workers. Those are the people that will now determine if these patients are really indigent or not. Because we know some people might claim to be indigent and they are really not. So the social workers will now decipher who is going to be classed under indigent or not. So that's left for the social workers to do. And this cancer health fund has been ongoing for some time. But I must say that so many people still don't believe it works, but it works, and they are not really making use of it. So please, we have to encourage the government by making use of it so that they can pump in more funds into this scheme.
Yes, like for example, UBT, we see about almost 900
Yes,
patients,
almost
900 indigent patients, and the federal government has credited our wallet with almost 1 billion.
Yes.
Almost 1 billion to treat poor people. So they should come. Nobody should die of cancer under this new renewed hope initiative on health. Nobody should die on the guise of I have cancer. Come to UBTH. We have many qualified, competent, and well-trained medical personnel. Doctors, nurses, radiographers, they are all available, and we can actually treat you. Whether you are poor, whether you are rich, whether you are indigent, whether you have godfather or godmother, it doesn't matter. Just come. All our own is people must not die of cancer. If Mr. President doesn't want that, we don't want that. So this is the machine. Seeing is believing.
So this is the CT simulator. We use it to scan the patient first. For example, if we have a breast cancer patient, we scan the patient's breast, then we take the images and put in the center in the system in the computer. Then from there, we now use it to practice how we are going to treat that part of the breast with the radiation on that bigger machine. So it's like, when you look at warfare these days, bomb these days, you understand, they guide how the radiation will enter the patient. So that's how this works. We'll just first take the images from here, then we'll now practice over a period of 1 to 2 weeks to know how the radiation will get into this patient. We all know that any radiation can treat anything, but what's the essence of treating that and killing the patient? So we have to find a balance between treating this cancer and freeing the normal tissues as much as possible. That's the essence. It's a really tedious process. So we take the images here, put it in the system, then practice over weeks how we are going to really treat the patient. So that's the process how we put it first here, then we now take the patient there for the final treatment. So the treatment is not just a 1-day treatment. It goes on for up to like 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. So they come every day, Monday to Friday, for 4 to 5 to 6 weeks.
Is this part of what we have here?
Yes, that's why I said this
Comes
is the
together.
first. Yes,
Okay.
this is the first phase. You first take the scan of them, you put it in the system, then you practice how you are going to treat them again before you now finally take the patient there to treat.
This is diagnostic. That's what it's treated.
Okay.
When I came in, we had this place was dilapidated. There was no roof. The building had no windows. It was totally run down. And then we decided to rebuild it. There was no police presence here, and then the crime rate in the hospital was on the increase. People were going in and robbing sick patients as they are entering the hospital. So it was a matter of priority. We built it, we equipped it, and we commissioned it on the 16th of December 2025. The Commissioner of Police was there present. His wife was also present to commission it. As you have gone through, you see it's a very large police station. It has fully furnished offices together with AC, it's solar powered, and we are still supporting them with other implements that will help to make this place fully functional. You can see their police. So UBTH is safe. So if you are coming to UBTH, do not be afraid. We have a very good police post. It even has 2 cells, so criminals should stay away. We are ready to protect lives, you know. So it's a safe haven, and the doctors are safe, patients are safe, and family members and all other health workers are safe.
You achieved this within how many months?
I assumed office in August. This was December. That's 4 months. 4 months, thank you. So let's go to A&E. Okay, so we are in the accident and emergency unit of University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and this is the private lab to my right. This is accident and emergency, and the private lab to my left. Accident and emergency to my right. So I want us to go to accident and emergency first. Let us see what is there. Let us see our lab. Come back to see this lab. So I think we should go. So this is the accident and emergency unit. Press your alarm.
Press it. Function that wheelchair or a trolley.
They run out with wheelchair.
Don't worry, we just press it.
No, we just press it. Sorry.
For demonstration purpose.
For demo purpose.
Sorry.
Once we have an emergency, we press that bell. They run out. Oxygen, wheelchair, and stretcher. Whichever one patient requires. You see them, they are rushing down. No,
Sorry.
it's demo purpose.
Demo,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Demo
I'm
purpose.
sorry. Please, don't be angry. So we have this team of paramedics. So they rush out so that the patient can get immediate care. Unlike before I came, the norm was that when patients come, they will be shouting, help me, and people in there do not move. So we introduced this alarm system. This was introduced 2 weeks ago. We've equipped them fully. We have oxygen tanks on ground, wheelchair, everything
they
to take
need
care
to
of the
take care of
emergency. So let's go to the emergency to look at it.
They call it triage. This is the paramedic desk. This place can take a total of 2 patients at a time. Our emergency is divided into 3 portions. This triage is the first place you come to. If you look at this place, this is where they sort out the patient. Oh, how bad is it? If it's the one that will go for resuscitation, goes there. That means he needs a very emergency care. Go there. If it's for critical care, go to the other end of the room. Then when they stabilize the patient, we move either to medical emergency or surgical emergency. The medical emergency also can take 21 patients, while the surgical can take 1. So if you count there about 64 beds only for emergency, which is actually bigger than many of them. This is just our emergency. UBTH is 900 bedded hospital. This emergency alone about 64 beds. And always you can see, even this, we call this vertical triage. Sometimes when this place is full, we start treating patients in that small place.
Now, time is of the essence in any emergency. Laboratory services are very, very important. Now we have a laboratory here, which is UBTH owned laboratory in accident and emergency. Yes.
Okay.
When I came in, we had terrible issues of oxygen. No oxygen in the hospital, and we were owing suppliers. People that have supplied oxygen previously to the hospital were owed humongous debt. And you know, oxygen is something that is specialized. It's not everybody that does it. We have finished owing everybody in Edo State. We moved to Delta State. We owed vendors in Delta State. We were now blacklisted, and they were not giving us oxygen. So it was a big challenge for me when I assumed. So what we were able to do, remember we have reduced funding from 0 IGR for 4 months, debt to oxygen suppliers, who some of them were threatening court action for not paying for this oxygen. So what I now had to do is I had to use my goodwill to beg some of these suppliers to come back while we look for a way to pay them. Now most of the patients that are in ICU are on oxygen. Most of the patients in A&E are on oxygen. So we cannot say you didn't pay for oxygen, we won't give you oxygen. We must give them oxygen. And oxygen is expensive. That's why the debt kept on rising. You put the patient on oxygen, patient will not pay. The price we are asking for is too small. For example, we had a patient that was on admission in A&E for was on oxygen for 2 hours, and the bill they gave the patient was 7,000 naira. 7,000 naira. There's no way we can even pay for this oxygen, and the person supplying the oxygen is not going to listen to you. Pay me what you owe me. So we've been able to go back and re-strategize and say this is our backup, the suppliers. So what we have done is at every point in time, we must have a minimum of 500 bottles of oxygen, which you can see here. You see, standing behind me is the 10-ton liquid oxygen plant. Now, when I came in as Chief Medical Director, this place was a bush. You can see that we cordoned off this place. People were farming here, and they had corn and other crops here. I originally thought it was for diesel. When I now asked questions, they told me that this was a 10-ton liquid oxygen plant donated by the federal government that was never commissioned, never used. It was here, it was abandoned. So we went to the Federal Ministry of Health to engage them. And they told us that we had to do our own counterpart funding for it to be operational. So as soon as I came in, that is what I did. Everything I was asked to do and to provide, our counterpart funding, we did it. And once we did that, the federal government now gave us the first 10 ton of liquid oxygen free. Now that 10 ton of liquid oxygen came in and finished when the strike action started. So this is what we have here, courtesy of the federal government, commissioned by Professor Idi Isaiah, CMD of UBTH. Yes, this was commissioned by me. All these things that we did, this is our oxygen. So oxygen cannot finish in UBTH. Now I want the people feeling it to do a demo so they will show you what is capable of doing. If you come this way, you can see the ice. So you know that it's really working. However, we pay diesel to run it. You can hear the generator in the background. So even though we pay just a token for it to be brought to Edo State, that token is large. Because you have to pay for the transport, you have to pay for diesel, you have to pay for little things that may go bad. So you have to maintain it. So this is the 10-ton capacity liquid oxygen plant donated by the federal government to University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and it's working. If we move to front of me, you can see that we're actually filling the bottles. These bottles are put in the pipeline. You know, we have two methods of delivering oxygen: through the pipelines or through what we call the bottles.
This is terrible. The news comes upstairs, the calls on the road, downstairs. So you're starting an attitude. We'll just clear it one now. We'll show you how we want to show you what we have transformed one of those rooms to as a template. So once that template is set, we want to repeat that template. You go down there.
As well as that one.
Everything really working. So
Staff welfare.
for the person that's going to there to have been the last week, like wants to resume.
This is UBTH golf course. We have an 18-hole golf course, which is also for recreational purposes. And I know not all of us have been walking for a while, but if you want your heart to be healthy, you have to walk, you have to trek. If you trek and you are breathless, then you know that you need to do some more exercise to take care of your health. Now, because the golf course is so large, the golfers, when they get to this point and they need to use the restroom, or they are tired and they want to rest, there was nowhere
for them to rest. And we didn't want it to be a situation whereby you come to play golf and you collapse. So one of our very, very wonderful partners, Honorable Matthew Dekine, now volunteered to build this rest cottage, which we named Eternal Cottage. And it's a rest stop. Like you are tired now, you can sit down there, take a drink, use the restroom before you continue the journey. And these are the kind of things we want from individuals, good people of Edo State, to partner with us. Look for something that needs to be done and do it. We didn't pay a dime for it. It was donated to us, built by him 100%, and donated to the University of the Institutional Golf Course. We want to encourage more people to do more of this. There are many areas in the hospital that need intervention. It may be in the clinical areas, it could be in the wards. Remember we told you another of our industrious alumni, senior advocate of Nigeria, pledged to put a lounge, a reading room and a library in the geriatric ward because his late father was admitted there and he was impressed by the quality of care. And he said, oh, his father loves to read newspapers and he believes that most of the old people there want to read newspapers and use the library. So he has pledged that he's going to do that up. And when it is done, I will call you again to come and see it and to see when it is open. So this cottage on the 9th of November 2025 was commissioned by Honorable Matthew Idoekime. So we want to appreciate our partners and encourage many of you to do more for UBTH. We need help. Everything cannot be done by government. We need sponsors from private organizations, government officials, friends, alumni, well-wishers. Whatever you propose to do, please come and let us know and we'll be glad to show you what you can do and where you can do it. So thank you very much.
Within a short time, you've achieved so much. Some persons will say 4 months, some will say 2 months because of the strike and all of that. So if you put that together, 2 months, if you want to say 2 months or 4 months, did you prepare for this assignment, this job?
Yes, we are prepared though. You know, I will say, I'm still a girl guy. I'm still a girl guy. Our motto is be prepared. You cannot go for an assignment if there's no preparation. I have a vision which is clearly written down, and we are doing what we call Operation 12/12. Every month, one project is commissioned. Every month, we commission one project. The project for February is on commission on Friday, but we didn't show you that because it's still out.
So before you became a CMD, you prepared for the task ahead?
I did.
Wow.
I did. You can't jump into something if you are not prepared. Those who fail to plan have planned to fail. So we've planned and we are moving with the vision. We're not distracted because when you get distracted, you lose sight of the goalpost. So we're not distracted at all. We are focused and we are moving on. UBTH will be great, trust me.
Thank you so much.
Let it be know that she has just had only 2 months because the greater part of the appointment have been taken by strike. During the strike, the Joheso people who are men, the laboratory scientists, they lock up the lab and all the blood worth millions got spoiled. But he was able to improvise because staff were dying. So what she did is to improvise so that if not for her, for now, we would have a lot of death in UBTH. A state of the art CT scan has been provided. Then for security, before now you can't pack any car in UBTH. If you pack a UBTH, at least we used to lose about 4 cars every day. So she has to upgrade the security system by building an ultra-modern police station. Then she revitalized the security system by appointing a well-known security officer in the hospital, Professor Dr. Zameri. So everything has been re-strategized, reorganized, and upgraded in AIE. I don't know whether you got there. Doctors' offices have been rebuilt. So we now have additional over 30 doctor offices. So her coming is like when you have night, and when you have night, then a light suddenly came to take over the night. That's what it is. We have not had this over. Yes, when a reformer, when you are a reformer, you must face opposition. Corruption must fight back. That's what I'm telling you. UBTH have been run by a system of Kaba, where consumables were even supplied by just a single person. But her innovation, now that she came, she has brought consumable pack. so that money will not be lost and the hospital will not have enough to manage. So when you are doing certain things like this, bringing revitalize the oxygen system, oxygen is not available, people that have been getting from the corrupt system must fight back. That's what is happening.